Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team. Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Daytona International Speedway. We are here tonight, S.R.U. Dave Cup Series. We are here with the Cup cars tonight. We're going to have a really good time. I think we have about 15, 16 cars at least into the field here tonight. We only have 2 more races after tonight. We are at Daytona tonight. Next week we're at New Hampshire. And then the final race of the season will be Kansas in 2 weeks' time. Now, I'll tell you what, we're going to bring up, and I'm going to take a quick look here, because you have Brandon Hartwell. He is the point leader. He has 558 points right now, over top of Chris Pfaff. Chris has only got 540. He's 18 points behind Brandon Hartwell right now. Then in third place, Fred Pennington, Zachary Rungitz, Al Likens. They are your top 5 in the points. But right now, it's all about Brandon Hartwell and Chris Pfaff. They are 1 and 2 in the points. We're going to have to see how these guys are going to make out. Speaking of which, Brandon Hartwell, he's out there doing some qualifying right now, trying to get some qualifying in to see how he's going to make out. But as it stands right now, it looks like Alex Miller is the fast car on the track. We're going to bring up, just for a moment, we're going to bring up our practice run, because during practice it was Robbie Stewart Jr. He was the fastest car on the track, followed by Fred Pennington and then Larry Blair in third place. They were your top 3 fast cars. But again, that's during practice. That is not during qualifying. We're going to have to let these guys get their qualifying time in. Then they're going to have a driver's meeting. So we got a little bit of time yet. Right now, it looks like Robbie Darnell actually just jumped up onto the leaderboard as the fastest car on the track. He is running around here looking really good in that 44. But we just don't know. It could be someone else. It could be real David Cassidy. He could be Zach. It could be Chris Pfaff. It could be Jason Adams. It could be just about anybody jumping up onto the pole position. But again, 100 laps here at Daytona, I don't know if it really matters. It's great to be out front. Then again, you can be like Mark Kozik, who likes to ride around in the back. That way, you're not in the middle if things go bad. That's where you usually have the problem, in the middle of this pack. You do not want to be tied up into something going bad. Okay, so right now, Al Likens has jumped up into the fastest car on the track in that 88 National Guard machine. He seems to be the fastest one for now. Again, we're going to have to keep waiting to see how these guys are going to cycle through doing their runs. Now it looks like Fred Pennington. Fred Pennington has jumped up with that Thunderbird Chevrolet paint job. That's a cool looking paint job right there. He had a black one last week, I believe. This week he has the white one. Good looking car, that number 8. Pontiac doesn't race in the series, but he put Pontiac on the back of that Chevy Camaro, and it looks like a Pontiac Firebird, absolutely. Then again, back in the day, they really looked awfully close to each other anyway. There wasn't a whole lot of difference between the 2 cars. Right now, Fred Pennington, he is the fastest car on the track. He has the pole. Let's see if someone else can knock him off the pole. All right, so we're just going to go back behind the scenes, going to do a couple of little things here, get things ready for this race. You all stand by out there in YouTube land. We'll get this thing underway directly. But as it stands right now, like I say, Fred Pennington seems to be the fastest car on the track. We'll be right back, folks. All right, guys, it looks like they're going to get ready to grid. We're going to get this thing happening. Again, take a good look at the track. We are at Daytona International Speedway. It's 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 64% humidity, clear skies, 4-mile-an-hour winds. The track is sitting at 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not super hot, but it's not real cool either. So we're going to have to keep an eye out and see how these guys can get their tires to stick to this asphalt here at Daytona. All right, so we're going to go back up. We're going to go back up with the leader. Looks like, again, Fred Pennington is your leader. We're going to see if I get some good camera angles here. That's what I was looking for right there. There's Fred Pennington. He is your leader. Let's take a look at our qualifying. Here we go. Fred Pennington is the pole position driver. Al Likens in second place. Then we have Robbie Darnell, Brandon Hartwell. They are in row 2. Then we have Barry Twitchell and Chris Pfaff. They are in row 3. Row 4, we have Zach Rongitz and Jeff Gilmore. Then in row 5, Todd Neese, David Cassidy. He's our Canadian. Then we have Robbie Stewart and Paul Cohen. Then we have David Neese and Mark Koscheck. Then we're going to go back and see Larry Blair. We're still waiting for Jason Adams to get on the track. Then in row 9, Alex Miller and Robert Twizik. So that is your pack for tonight. These guys are going to put on a show. We're going to have a little bit of a race going on. Again, the thing to watch, Brandon Hartwell, Chris Pfaff. Will Chris be able to make up those 18 points and get past Brandon Hartwell as the leader? We're going to have to wait and see. All right, we're going to go up and get this thing running. I'm just going to refresh our trading page just to make sure we got everybody's car online. Just making sure. Oops, made a little bit of a mistake here. All right, you're going to see all the cars going white here just for a moment, just as we get this thing going. Now, as usual, in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see the track map. That way you'll be able to keep track of your favorite driver. And also, in the lower left-hand corner, you'll be able to see who I am looking at any given time. All right, so we're just waiting to get this redone, get this all reloaded. There we go. All our files appear to be up to date. There's a lot of dust on the track here today. Looking at this, there's a lot of dust being kicked up by these drivers. All right, we're going into turn 3 at the moment. Coming around, going into the turn. Everyone's looking fairly good right there now. You see a couple more white cars. They're just changing their paint jobs now. There we go. Going around the corner into turns 3 and 4. Welcome Paul Cohen back to the races. He was away for a while. He had some stuff going on. He is back once again. All right, so the pace car is going to pull off. Barney's got the flag up in the air in his hand. He's ready to drop the flag. There goes the pace car. We are at Daytona. We're going to start racing. Here we go. Fred Pennington, he's going to put his foot into it. Barney's going to wave that flag, and we are racing once again, boys. Here we go. We got it going. Al Likens jumping out into the front. Brandon Hartwell's right there as well. Fred Pennington, something happened. He got a little bit slow there on the get-go. Fell back into that second position right there now. We have the 25 of Brandon Hartwell. He's on the outside, but he's drifting back. He has Chris Pfaff right behind him. But I'll tell you what, we are on the low side with Al Likens in that 88. He's got to see what he can do. There's the 44, the 44 of Robbie Darnell. He's going to jump out there and see if he can get something going with that outside line. He's going to try to make it happen. We're going to watch and see what happens with it. Here we go around the corner. Coming around back towards the stripe. We're going to get one lap in here. And it's going to be Al Likens going to lead them for the first lap here at Daytona. He only has 99 more to go. Let's see if he can stay out front. It looks like we have, by the way, 70% fuel. That's 27 laps per tank of fuel. So as long as we don't have any trouble, these guys are going to have to start looking seriously coming in lap 25, 26. They're going to have to try to do their judgment as best as they can. But we also have 4 sets of tires. That's 1 set of tires on the car, 3 sets of tires sitting in the pits, and we have 0 fast repairs. If they break their car, if they get into an accident, they go out and hit the wall, they have got to beat and bang and get their car repaired on pit lane. No magical fast repairs. You walk in, drive in, get it repaired, and drive right back out again. You're going to be in there for a while, beating and banging, getting your car fixed, and so that way it's ready to race once again. All right, so we're going to see if we can go down and take a close look at all these guys. While we still got everybody on the track, right there, National Guard 88 out in front. That's Al Likens. He's leading the way. Then you have Fred Pennington. He is in that Trans Am looking number 8 Camaro. Good looking car there, actually. Kind of prefer the black one, though, myself. That's just me. Then we have Barry Twitchell. He's in the 20 O'Reilly car. He's looking real good. Mobile 1. He's looking really good out there tonight in 3rd place. Then we have Chris Pfaff. Then we have the Cheer Wine. He is in the 4th place position, looking real good in that red 22. Then we have Zach Rogic in the 38. He is driving that black 3Chi car. It's looking good. It always looks good. Get that reflective gold trim on it. It looks really sharp under the light from the sun. Then we have Brandon Hartwell in the 25, the Rowdy Energy car. That's always a good-looking car, without a doubt. He is your points leader right now. Right behind him, Robbie Darnell. Robbie Darnell in the CACI Life. Not quite sure. Not quite sure what that is. Kakai? Sounds like a bird. Anyway, I apologize. Anyway, then we have Jeff Gilmore. He is another Canadian, number 57. He's right there in the Miller Light car. Miller High Life. It's a good-looking car, as always. Then we have Todd Neese. He is right there in the Publix car. Always see him in the Publix car. He stands out. You know where he is when you see him on the track. Robbie Stewart. He is right there in the 3, the Busch Light car. That's always a sharp-looking car with the Busch Light and the military helicopters on the side of it. Then we have David Neese. He is in the Miller High Life light car. Then we have Larry Blair. Larry Blair is in the BFR Motorsports car. Also, Blair's auto finishing detailing on the side of his car. He is also one of the major sponsors here for the league, and definitely does a lot of work behind the scenes, without a doubt. Alex Miller, he is back there in the 49. Good looking car there. He's got the Black Rifle Coffee Company with the helicopter on the side of that. That's a good military looking car, without a doubt, that 49. Jason Adams, Jeff Gordon colors right there, flying loud and proud. The number 24. He's been running that paint scheme for many, many years. All right, David Cassidy, Bud Light, Budweiser, king of the beers. David Cassidy, another Canadian, number 17. He's right there behind Jason Adams in that red Budweiser car. Then we have Mark Koscheck in the IBM car. That Mustang always looks good. Then we have Paul Cohen. He hasn't been out in the track for a while, that 51. Haven't seen him for a while, but he's back out racing there again. Guns N' Roses. Good looking car there in the 51. Then we have Robert Chiswick, always the Harley Davidson car. Robert always likes driving the Harley Davidson. He's got one at home. He goes out and does some cruises. I follow him a little bit there on Facebook. He goes on different road trips and whatnot. Has a lot of fun getting out on the bike and going for a cruise. All right, going back up with Al Likens, back up the front of this thing. He's still leading the way. Meanwhile, out on the outside, it looks like the 20 Barry Twitchell and the 22 Chris Pfaff. They're going, oh, Barry Twitchell got spun around. Barry Twitchell got spun around. He is in trouble. Oh, we got hit again. Not good. The 23 got nailed. No, that's a 73. Larry Blair. Larry Blair got into it. Thought it was a 23. All right, we're going to have to go back. Take a look. Here's Larry Blair. This is what happened to Larry Blair. Let's just take a look and see what happened. We'll run along at quarter speed. See if we can get a good look at what happened to Larry Blair. He's coming around the corner. Okay, so he was trying to avoid the smoke. The smoke was already happening. The accident was already happening in front of Larry Blair. The 20 was already in trouble. Larry Blair was trying to lock it up, had nowhere to go, had it locked up, ran into the 20. That's not going to help Larry's chances here this evening at all. We're going to go back up, take a look at what happened, what started all this. We're going to back it up just a little bit. All right, here we go. We got the 22 pushing the 20, coming around the turn. He got a little bit loose, got himself sideways across the front end of the 25. Brandon Hartwell didn't really hurt Brandon a whole lot, damaged the front end, but sent the 20 up into the wall, spinning back around. Everyone's going low, trying to avoid him, trying to do the best that they possibly can. There's Larry Blair. Larry Blair's going to come up, try to get into the front end, and that's all it took. Okay, so Paul Cohen, he got into it as well. Going to go back and take a look, see what happened to Paul. To jump up onto his roof cam. You can see the accident right up in front of him. He's way down on the apron. He's still going pretty fast. He's trying to roll it up. But here comes the 20. The 20's going to come down. Just got into the front corner of him. Wow. That's all it took. Then everything is going on behind him. All right, so that's what happened to that. We're going to go back up to live action once again. Back up to the leader. Everybody looks like they went into the pit lane. Everyone is in the pits. They're all getting some service done. So, yes, it's all looking pretty good right now, but we'll have to wait and see how these guys, Larry Blair, Barry Twitchell, and Paul Cohen, let's see how they're going to make out coming back out onto the track. Because they're still in the pits right now. Larry Blair's just coming out. Here comes Larry. Larry's coming back out onto the track. Now, Barry Twitchell, Paul Cohen, they are still in there. Brandon Hartwell's still in there as well. Okay, there's Brandon. Brandon's coming out there now. Okay, Robbie Darnell's going to come back out, so Robbie's going to come out as well. So, Barry Twitchell and Paul Cohen, we still got to see if these guys can get back out. I'm not sure. I didn't think Paul Cohen got hit really hard. He's definitely got front end damage. Definitely got front end damage. It looks like his front wheel is pushed back. Wow, okay, that's never good. Then Barry Twitchell, he's looking pretty good. But yes, Paul Cohen, if you take a look at his front wheel, that front wheel on the passenger side is definitely back a lot farther than it's supposed to be when you look at Barry Twitchell's car. So I'll tell you, I'm not sure if these guys are going to be able to get out or not. Go back up to the leader. Here they come. They're going over top of the stripe right here now. Going to take a look. The lights are off on the pace car. Barry and Paul are still in the pits. Jason Adams is coming into the pits. He's doing a last-minute pit stop. Let's go and take a quick look, see what Jason Adams is going to get. I think he's just going to top up with fuel. I could be wrong. Yeah, just topping up with fuel, and away he goes. He's going back out onto the track again. All right, back up with your leaders. Here we go. We get the 8 and the 88 side by side. Looks like Al Likens is the leader. Fred Pennington is on the outside, wanting to see if he can do something with it. Now there's Chris Pfaff. He is looking for points here tonight. He's only got 3 races, this and 2 more, to build up some points to catch up to those 18 points that he needs to catch up with Brandon. So we're going to have to see how this plays out for Chris before the end of the night. But as it goes, here we go. We're going down the back straightaway. We are down. Taking a look. going down into turn 3. Looking all good there. All looking really good coming around the corner. And they come around the turns 3 and 4, halfway through the arc. Looking fairly good all together, all spaced out, really good looking right now. Okay, the pace car is going to pull off. We're going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Okay, Barney, get that flag ready, man. We're going to get racing. Again, here we go. Flag waves, and we got it. We are gone. Al Likens in the 88. He just took right off. He is a man on a mission. But there is Chris Pfaff on the inside line. He wants to get up there. He's fighting for second place right now. He's got the 3 right behind him, giving him a good push. That's Zach Rungitz, trying to see if he can push Chris up to the front, and he does. Chris is up to the front of this thing, fighting door to door with the 88. They are bouncing back and forth between the two of them. Who's going to take the lead away from the other? The 22 on the lower side, on the inside line, he's got a little bit of the advantage, but when you get to the straightaway, the 88 has definitely got a little bit more pull off the corner, and he can pull a little bit more speed getting onto the straightaway. So we're going to have to see how this is going to play out, because we've got 3 cars on each, 3 on the inside, 3 on the outside. Everyone else is back a little bit farther. Here we go. They're dropping down in front of Chris. We got the 8 and the 88. They are pulling away. They're going to drive away from Chris Pfaff. Chris is catching up to them now. Going to see if he can get some bumper action going. We're going to get on the roof cam, take a look, see what Chris can see. There we go. We're taking a look. Here's the action right there. Behind Chris, you got Rungitz right there on his back bumper, giving him a good push. But out in front, he has that number 8, the Pontiac Trans Am, the Fred Pennington machine. He needs to see what he can do to get up by him. All right, so we're going to go back out and take a look. We have a good line running there now. Everyone seems to be on the lower line. They're all doing pretty good. Then we go back to the guys back a little bit farther. There is Robert Chiswick and Mark Kochek. They are on the outside. They are seeing if they can get something happening. They only have, looks like Larry Blair right behind them. Larry Blair's going to see if he can catch up and get something happening on that outside line. He doesn't want to get too far back and lose the draft here at Daytona. That wouldn't be a good thing. But he is right there. He should probably drop down in behind Robbie Darnell. There you go. That's what he does, exactly what he does, just to maintain the draft so he doesn't lose that draft. It's so important here, folks. If you lose the draft, you lose 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles an hour, and you will just drop like a rock. You do not want to lose the draft racing here at Daytona, because it is so important. Lap 15 out of 100. We're all looking fairly good. Chris Pfaff, though, has taken over the lead on the outside line. Him and the 38, they are working really well together. We got Robbie Stewart. He was fast in practice. He's right there giving them a push. The outside line is really starting to pull away from the 8 and the 88. There goes Robbie Stewart way down low. Woo, I thought that was going to get close there for a minute. They're 3 wide going into the out of turn 4, going across the stripe. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are really racing up front. But we still have Chris in the lead, Zach in second, Al Likens in third, and then we have Fred Pennington right there as well. They went back to the high side, give Robbie Stewart room to come back up on the inside line, get back into third place on the inside line, in the third position. And then we have the 57 of Mr. Jeff Gilmore. He is right there as well. So he's going to see if he can get up there and have something for these guys. Man, I'll tell you, these guys are doing a good job. Barry Twitchell is back out onto the track, but he is in front of the leaders. Now, he is a few laps down at this moment in time. He has got the hopefully pull over to the side or do something, because, yeah, he's going to go high. Going to let everyone go by him. Because right now, he is, let's see, where is he now? He is 4 laps down. So he is just trying to make his time up if he can possibly get back in, catch the draft of all these guys, and ride along with them. Meanwhile, Paul Cohen is still in the pits. He's going to see if he can get something done, get some work done on that car. I don't know if he can. That front wheel still looks like it's way back farther than where it needs to be. So they're still working on that car. Oh, I hope he gets back out on the track. Meanwhile, up in front, Chris Pfaff, he has got this thing happening. He is rocking and rolling, making it work for him tonight. Let's see if I can get a little bit better camera angle. There's the 22, got the 38, we got the 3 right there. Bang, bang, bang on the low side. They are doing a good job. There's a good shot of the 22 cheer wine. That is Chris Pfaff. He is a second place of the championship. He's got Zach Rongich right there, pushing him hard down the straightaway. Separate a little bit going into the corner. Then he's going to get right back onto his bumper when we get back out onto the straightaway again. He's going to give a good hard push. See if he can make something happen. Get Chris even further away from the rest of the pack. There he is, just right underneath his back bumper. Wow. Taking a look. He's right there. You see him going around. He gives a little bit of room going around the turn. Doesn't want to take the air away from Chris and spin him out. But then when we get back onto the straightaway, look at this. He's closing right in. He gets right onto the back bumper, gives him a hit, gives him a push. Hello, I'm here. Here we go, boy. We're going to go, and we're going to go right on the corner. Then when we get to the corner, back it off just a little bit. That's the way to bump draft. That is the epitome of a bump draft. Come up, give you a little push, give you a little knock. You kind of feel the guy behind you. Boom, right there. Boom again. Let you know, hey, I'm back here pushing you, man. There we go. All right, so that's a good angle right there. Give you an idea what a good bump draft looks like. All right. There's Totazi, 95. I'm slow and tuning in tonight. Well, good to have you in the group. Good to have you out there watching the race. I'll tell you what, we have a good race happening here tonight. We got 17 cars on the track. The 18th car, Paul Cohen, he is in the pits. Unfortunately, there's the 38 still giving a hard push to that 22. Going to see if he can make something happen. Meanwhile, we have out in the outside line, Fred Pennington. He is right there. He is on the back door of that 88. He wants to see if he can push that Al Likens machine up to the front once again. He's going to try to push him up to the front. Going to have to wait and see if he can do it. We has Robert Chiswick right there behind him as well. He's going to see if he can be there, back there to give him a hand, give him a push. And Mark Kozchik, he is back there as well. They're all in that high line. Going to see if they can get it working for them up there. We have the 57, it looks like, and that is Jeff Gilmore. He's up there now in front, leading the 88. Let's see if we can get this outside line working. 88 looked high. Going to jump into the 88 machine, take a look what he sees from his roof cam. He's right there in the back end of the 57, trying to see if he can give him a push. They're trying to get the line working, running up there beside the 25 machine. That is Brandon Hartwell, your points leader. He's right there. Man, I'll tell you what, he's right down there. He's looking hard on the back end. Take a look on the nose cam. He's right there looking at the windshield. Man, I'll tell you, he's trying to catch up to that 57, trying to get a good run going, bump draft into the back end of the car. Gave him a good push, trying to get him going. Here we go, going to back off into the corner. Doesn't want to spin him. Oh, we got him a little loose. We got him a little loose back there. Oh, wow. That was good, though. He was all good. They saved it. They got a little bit loose there for a moment. You got to be careful, too, going into the corner. If you get too close, you can take the air off the car, make the ass end of the car really, really light, and that will spin you out as well. All right, so the back end of the car is getting a real good push by that 88. I'll tell you, Al Likens is really giving him a good push. Chris Pfaff, though, he is out in front. He's looking good. Look out the back door, though. You can see Zach Ron gets right on his back bumper. Zach is right there pushing hard. Then going into the turn, he's letting off again. I'll tell you, this is some good racing here, guys. They are lap 23 out of 100. Now, we're going to go take a quick look at pit strategy. I believe everyone pitted. Yes, it appears that everyone has pitted. So they're only on 14 laps. So we don't have to worry right now about lap 25. But when we get up around, let's see, around 35, lap 35, these guys are going to have to start seriously looking at pitting. All right, so what do we have? We have the 20, we have the 88. What happened to the 88? Al Likens. Al Likens is coming down to the infield. Not quite sure what happened to Al. I'm going to go back and see if I can see what happened to Al Likens. Back him up. I'm going to back him up a little bit here, folks. He's right there on the back end of that 57 machine. He's pushing him pretty hard. He came down across the front end of Jason Adams. Looks like, just trying to see what happened to him. Jason Adams is behind him. He just dropped to the low line. Then he basically just pulled off out of the way. All right, now we do have a yellow flag, though, because Jason Adams has crashed. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened to Jason Adams. We are running along here at quarter speed again. Oh, looks like they all fetched up in front of Jason Adams. Everyone fetched up real quickly. We're going to have to back this up a little bit. Oh, Jason Adams. Oh, he got hit by Mark. Oh, that's a hard hit. That's a hard hit for Jason. Jason's in trouble there. Mark is up against the wall. We're going to have to back this up. We're going to have to take another look at this, folks, because they were racing in front. It looked like we're going to go up to the 3, Robbie Stewart. Right there, looks like the 57, Jeff Gilmore. Let's zoom in, take a little bit closer look, see if I can get a good camera angle. Here we go. Gonna back it up just a hair. Okay, there we go. Jeff Gilmore. He's on the high side. He's coming around the turn. It looks like the 49 came up a little bit, possibly took the air off him. Got him in. Then the 8 get in, fetched up. They all fetched up. Then that's what happened. It went back to, okay, so that's what happened to Jason Adams. Jason Adams, wow, we need a close-up of that because he got hit hard by Mark. He got hit really hard by Mark. He got hit by the 25. 25 came up behind him, gave him a knock sideways. He's up into the wall. Mark had nowhere to go. Mark basically drove underneath his car, spun him around. Jason was in trouble. Mark's in trouble. But Jason really took a hard hit. Man, oh man, that's not good for Jason. All right, let's go back out to live. Let's go see what's going on out live. We got the yellow still flying. Man alive, I'll tell you what. Fred Pennington's in the pits, Jeff Gilmore, Mark Kolicek, Robert Chiswick, Jason Adams is in the pits. Jason's in there trying to get repairs done very quickly, if he possibly can. Barry Twitchell's in the pits. He's back in there trying to get some work done. Robert Chiswick's on the way out. Mark Kolicek, he is in there. He's got front end damage. Looks like his front wheel is pushed back a little bit as well. Again, he hit that wall pretty solidly, and he drove underneath Jason Adams. So that was never good for him. Taking a look, see if I can get a good look at his right front suspension. You really can't see from that angle, but he definitely has some damage done to that car. Oh, there's his wheel. His wheel just went back into the proper position. So he got mechanics beating and banging, trying to get that car back out onto the track. Jason Adams, meantime, he's still in there trying to see if he can get something done. The cars are coming around right now. If they're going to get off pit lane, they need to get off pretty soon before these guys get past the stripe. There's Jason. Jason's going to get out. Mark's on his way out as well. Mark's got definite damage still on the front end. He's not done repairing that car, but he's back out so he doesn't lose a lap. Here comes Jason. Jason's coming out. He still has damage, but again, he doesn't go a lap down. Barry Twitchell, though, however, he is still in there on pit lane. He is going to go down another lap, unfortunately. Wow. Back up with Chris. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going into turn 1 right now. Coming out of turn 1 and going through turns 1 and 2. Got to follow these guys around the track. As they get around the track, we're going to see how they make out. They're all looking good. They're all 2x2 right now. Coming around the corner. This is the sunny side of the track. Coming off of pit, turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Taking a look, here they come from the distance. Now we have the 33 trying to catch up. That's Mark Kochek. He is trying to catch up to the pack. Here he is coming around the turn there now. You can see him in the distance just coming off of turn 2. We also have the 24. That is Jason Adams. He is trying to play catch up as well. I believe Jason is down 1 lap, though, unfortunately, right now. So he's going to have to do a little bit of pedaling. But he should be the first car a lap down. We're not sure. There we go. There's Jason going by. Turns 3 and 4. Everyone's catching up to the back of the pack here now. They're all looking pretty good. All looking pretty good right now. They're all getting back, bunched back up. We have the 20. Barry Twitchell just came out of the pit lane. He's going to be a little bit farther behind. He's going to be back there by himself. He's just going onto the back straightaway now. Meanwhile, these guys are all lined up. Chris Pfaff, Zach Rongich, they are going to see if they can put some racing behind them and get this thing going. Here we go. We're racing again. Chris is on the inside. Zach is on the outside. But Chris has Robbie Stewart right behind him. Let's see if Robbie Stewart's going to give him a good push. Take a look from his roof cam. Right there. Let's see if we can see beside him. There is the 38. 38 is drifting back. Meanwhile, he is trying to catch up to the 22. He's going to give him a good push. Getting down the straightaway. There's Robbie Darnell. He's right there as well in the 44. The 3 of these guys are running very hard going into turn 3. Running a little bit higher on the line. There's the 38. He's catching up on the outside. He is making the turn into turn 4, going down the front straightaway through the dog leg. They have got that outside line working good. But there we go, the 49 is right there. Alex Miller, he's going to see if he can get something going, get down to the inside line. Meanwhile, Larry Blair's out there. He's in the 5th position. He wants to see if he can get the outside line working for him. Right now, he has the 25 of Brandon Hartwell and Jason Adams and Mark Kochek right there. There's Robbie Darnell. He's going to jump out in front of these guys in the outside line. Well, let's see if they can get something happening. There is Brandon Hartwell. He's going to make it 3 wide going through the middle. Larry's getting shuffled to the outside. He is going back. He's dropping like a stone. Now he's back in behind Jason Adams. All right. Meanwhile, up in front, we have Chris Pfaff. He is running away with this thing. He's got the 3. Robbie Stewart giving him a good push. The 38, Zach Rongich, he is right there. They are making things happen on that inside line. But I'll tell you, we've got some action going out there in the outside line. They're trying to catch up. Robbie Darnell trying to get something happening out there, if he can. Trying to get something happening. Jay Kim, 13, says that looked like it would have hurt. That was that accident we're talking about for Jason Adams, I'm sure. Nate Webb is at the race tonight, DNR. Loggy Boy says. Good to see you out there, Loggy Boy. Hope you're enjoying the race so far. Hopefully you can hear me. I did the truck race just for fun. I was doing some work on the computer, and I just finished up. And I said, oh, they're racing the trucks here, the Gomez series. That's Mark Kozchek. That's his series on a Friday night through the S.R.U. League. And so anyway, I jumped in. I said, yeah, well, I'm just going to broadcast. What the heck? Just for fun. And I still had my settings set for very, very loud. So nobody could hear me. They could hear all the trucks going around the track, but they really couldn't hear me in my broadcast, which is fine because sometimes you just don't want to hear me anyway. You just want to see the trucks go around the track, right? So speaking of which, why don't we just crank it up a little bit and watch these guys go around the track? What do you think, folks? Let's crank it up. How was that, folks? Did you like the crank up sound there? I'll tell you what, we do that every now and then. I'm going to start doing that on a semi-regular basis just for fun. Meanwhile, like I said, Chris Pfaff, he's out in front. Robbie Stewart second. Zach Roggins is in third. Alex Miller in fourth. David Cassidy is in fifth place. They are all on the inside line. Nobody's in the outside line except for that 57. That is Jeff Gilmore and the 8 of Fred Pennington. They are out there seeing if they can get something happening. They're going to hope that somebody's going to jump out there, give them a hand. There's a few guys looking back there. Nobody's willing to jump out and give them a hand right now. So there goes Fred Pennington. He's dropping back down to the low side. They're both looking at going back down to the low side. Oh, they're touching. Jeff Gilmore got down. He tapped onto the 8. The 8 backed off, give him a little bit more room so we get back in. That could have been bad, folks. Lap 34 out of 100. And like I was saying, I'm not sure. We got to check our pit strategy here real quick. A lot of guys pitted last time by with that last accident. So they're all running on 8 laps of fuel. Everyone's got tons of fuel. They're good to go for about 16 more laps, 17 more laps. So that would put us somewhere right around lap 50. Halfway point, these guys will be all looking to come back in for fuel. So we're going to have to see how this is going to play out. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Chris is making it happen. He's running a lot of laps up the front of this thing. Looking really good. Let's take a quick look and see what we have. So we're at lap 35 out of 100. Leader is Chris Pfaff. 2 cautions for 6 laps with 2 lead changes. That's what we have right now. So right now we also have lap leaders. Chris Pfaff, he's led 21 laps. He's in first position right now. Al Likens has only led 14. He was at the front, and he definitely wants to get back up at the front of this race. Now, the fastest for the past 5 laps, Alex Miller was the fastest. Robbie Darnell, Zach Roggins, I'll tell you, they're switching. Every time they go across the stripe, they're going to switch. But these guys are all running pretty fast laps out there. So I'll tell you what, let's go and see what's going to happen. There is Barry. Barry Twitchell is out there struggling. He's trying to stay ahead of the lead pack. They're all going to go on the low side. Barry's going to stay on the high side, stay out of everyone's way. Good on you, Barry, for doing the right thing. Let all the faster cars go by you on the inside. Then maybe you can jump down into the back of the pack, possibly catch the draft, and at least stay with these guys for a while. Getting close to the back of the pack. Let's see if he drops down. Going to try to drop down, see if he can jump in there, try to get onto the draft. He's got it. Let's see if he can maintain it. Let's go up there and take a look. You can see, if you don't get right down in the line, you can see the guys that are in the draft they will just drive away from you. Now, right now, Barry's got enough time. He could possibly catch up if his car is in good shape, but he's been in a couple accidents, so I don't know if his car is at 100% right now. He looks like he's catching up into the turn, so this is good for Barry. He's able to catch back up. He's going to be able to get the draft back. He is going to be okay. He's going to ride along behind these guys. So that's a good thing for Barry. At least he won't get stuck out. Again, you lose 5, 6, 7, 8 miles an hour if you're out there by yourself compared to running in the draft with everyone else. All right, back up to the leader. There he is. There is Chris in the 22. He's got the number 3, Robbie Stewart, right behind him. The 38, Zach is right there as well. Then we also have Alex Miller in the 49 and Robbie Darnell right there as well in 5th place. Then we have David Cassidy in the 17. He's right there trying to see if he can catch up. He was in 5th place. He dropped back into 7th. So he's going to see if he can do a little bit more pedaling, get back up there again. I'm just taking a look and see where Brandon Hartwell's in 6th place. That's what I thought, Brandon Hartwell. I missed him when I was looking at the cars. So we're all looking good up front. We're going to go back through the pack a little bit more. Take a look, see if I can see some good angles. There's the 44. There's Robbie Darnell. David Cassidy's back a couple of cars. Then we go back. Jeff Gilmore's right behind him. Fred Pennington is right behind him. That car's not shiny white anymore. I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of rubber on the side of that car. David Neese, he's in the 27. He's right there in 10th place. Then we have the 26 of Todd Neese. Then we have Larry Blair in 12th place. And then we have Robert Chiswick. Then we have Jason Adams. He's right there on the back end of the 26 machine. But he is down. Let's see. Where is Adams? Is down 1 lap, actually. Mark Kochik, he went into the pits. He's going into the pits. He's just coming out of the pits now. So, all right. So we are back out. We're racing. These guys are doing a good job up front. They're putting in a lot of laps. So, like I said, they got about 10 more laps to go before they're all going to have to come in for some fuel at the very least. Possibly tires. Again, we have 4 sets of tires. When we started the race, that is 1 set on the car, 3 sets of tires in the pits. So we're going to have to wait and see how many of these guys halfway through the race, if they come in at lap 50 for fuel, how many of these guys are going to say, we need tires? Now, a fun fact about Daytona, Daytona does not usually burn up a lot of tires. Now, if I was coming in and racing this race, personally, I would probably skip taking tires. I might take outside tires just because by the time you take the fuel, you could have taken 2 tires. What costs you the extra time in the pits is taking those inside tires. So, you know what? Maybe 2 outside tires, full tank of fuel, get back out on the track. If a caution comes out, I'm taking all 4 tires. What the heck? I'm going to try to put all 4 tires on the car and see what I can do with it. But again, Daytona, it does not burn up tires real bad. It is a good track. You're running so long, so straight. The turns are such a gradual turn. They're not really chewing up the tires real bad. So that's just my opinion. That's what I would do. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see how these guys make out. We're at lap 42. 8 more laps. These guys are going to seriously be looking at who's coming in for tires. Will we have our first green flag pit stop? We will have to wait and see. Alrighty. Nobody else is chatting in the YouTube channel. Just took a quick look there. Everyone is glued to their seats watching this race, seeing if Chris can get some points out front. He's going to stay ahead of Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell is back there in 6th position. He is trying to see if he can do something. He needs to stay up front as best he possibly can. However, he is running around close to the middle of the pack. You do not want to get back there and get caught in somebody else's mistake. I'll tell you, it doesn't take much to spin your car out and have a lot of problems. Now, farther back in the next pack back, we have Larry Blair. Looks like Larry Blair has got 4 guys trying to see what they can do back here. They somehow lost the draft. They are all back there. That looks like Larry Blair, Robert Chiswick, Jason Adams, and it looks like the 3 of Robbie Stewart, possibly? Have to take a better look. No, it's the 20, Barry Twitchell. I apologize, it's Barry Twitchell. He's back there. Very similar paint job, I guess, there, looking at the red, white, and blue. Just kind of confused me a little bit there. Robbie's out there in the front. Again, get the red, white, and the hood, and the blue, and the red, and the side. Just trying to confuse me a little bit. It's all good, folks. All right. Chris is out in front. Then we have Robbie Stewart in second place. Zach Rongich. Then we go back here to Alex Miller. He's back there a little bit. Again, Robbie Darnell, Brandon Hartwell, Jeff Gilmore, Fred Pennington, David Cassidy, David Neese, Todd Neese. And then we drop all the way back to Larry Blair. He is almost 4 seconds behind these guys, leading a pack of 4 all together, trying to play catch up to the rest of the pack. Now take a look at Larry's windshield. You can take a look, well, from his roof cam. You can see them way in the distance, just going in through turn 1 here now. You can see the pack going around the turn. That's how far Larry is behind the leaders. He's got these 4 guys chasing him. They're trying to get a little bit of a draft going with the 4 cars. Don't know if they're going to have enough to catch up with the rest of the pack. The rest of the pack are way out there, but we're going to have to wait and see. Now, if you go up to Todd Neese, you take a look out his back window, you cannot even see Larry going around the turn here in this angle. You cannot even see Larry Blair and the rest of the guys. But they're going by Mark Podchick. Mark was by himself, so we're going to have to wait and see how Mark's going to make out. Mark might be able to, they may be able to catch up with Mark if they put a 5th car into that pack. Let's see if they can do it. We're not quite sure. We're going to have to take a look and see what happens with that. Lap 47 out of 100. We're going to go back up with the leaders here, folks, because these guys are going to have to seriously start looking at what we're going to do for pit strategy. Right now, take a quick look. They're running at 21 laps. Now, near as my information was correct, we're looking at 26, 27 laps to a tank of fuel. So if they're on 21 laps now, they are looking within the next 5 laps. Somebody's going to have to pull in and get some fuel. But we're going to have to wait and see how this all plays out. So another 5 laps, that will put us at lap 53. So let's go back, take a look, see how this is going to play out. Jeff Gilmore, he's back there on the outside. He's got the 17 of David Cassidy, the 2 Canadians. They're on the outside. They're going to see if they can do something. Both of these guys live not far away from me, 2 hours, within 2-hour radius of myself. There they go. They're going to drop back down. They're going to try to catch up with the draft. They don't want to get off the draft. They are lost it a little bit. Hopefully they can get back into the draft. Looks like they're being able to catch up. Both of them are right there. Here they come. Okay, no problem at all. They caught up with the rest of the pack. They got that slingshot working for them. They're going to try to slingshot around, see if they can use their momentum to catch up with everybody else. Meanwhile, Mark Podchick, he is back there. He was going to jump in with the rest of the pack. He didn't quite get it done. So Larry Blair, that 4-car field of Larry Blair is leading down the track. He did not even be able to get into that pack. He is still slipping back further and further. That's not good for Mark. Again, Mark was involved in that accident a little bit earlier, so he is hurting on that car out in front. The front end of that car is really, really damaged, I do believe, on Mark's car. So, back up to your leaders. The 22 is leading them around the track, trying to see what they can get done. Lap 50. Again, we're talking only a couple more laps before they're going to look at the pit strategy. They're running on 24 laps now. So these guys are going to have to start looking seriously about coming in to get some fuel at the very least. We'll have to follow along with the leaders and see if they decide to take tires halfway through the race. At the very least, I would probably take outside tires, because the time that it takes to put fuel in the car, you'll be able to change 2 tires. A lot of guys don't do that. They just don't bother with it. Okay, looks like Robbie Darnell's coming into the pits. Follow him in. Oh, Robbie came in too fast. He came in hot, got sideways. Whoa, that's not going to be good for Robbie. I'm just going to back up live camera here just for a moment. I just want to see Robbie come into the pits. He is coming in. He's coming down pit lane. He's locking it up. When he locked up the front left tire, front driver's side tire, looks like it locked up first. And it put him into a slide sideways. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's taking tires. He's taking tires on the inside and outside. All right, so we're going to go back to live racing. See if we get back to live. There we go. Lap 52. They're still out on the track. Looks like the 44. There's the 20 coming in. Robbie Darnell's still in the pits. Barry Twitchell's coming in. Meanwhile, these guys are still out here racing. Robbie Darnell, I bet you he's serving a penalty. He came in hot. He got a black flag on that, so he's going to be serving a penalty sitting in pit lane. That will cost him. That's going to cost him a couple laps. That's not good for Robbie Darnell. All right, back out with your leader. I can see Chris Pfaff. He's going to have to come in here soon. I'm just guessing. Nobody's coming in this time by. We're going to go around the track one more time. See how these guys make out. I would have to say that they're going to have to seriously look at coming in pretty soon for fuel. This is 17. David Cassidy's way back there. It looked like he was off the pace there, but I'm not quite sure what's going on with David Cassidy. All right, so we're going to go back out. We're going to take a look. They're going down the back straightaway. Let's see what Chris does. Is Chris going to come in? Lap 53 out of 100. Is he going to come in this time? Is he going to bring everybody else with him? Are only a few guys going to come in? Is anybody going to come in? Here we go. A bunch of them are coming in. They're all coming in. They're all trying to whoa it up. Don't want anybody to have any problems. They all come across the stripe. They're all looking pretty good. Nobody wants to be speeding on pit lane right here now. All right. We've got 7 of them coming in. We're going to follow along with the leader. Chris is coming in. Let's zoom in on Chris. We're going to take a look. Is he going to take any tires? It does not look he's taking any tires. The 38 is not going to take any tires behind him. Doesn't look like anyone's taking tires. Just fuel. Back out onto the track, and away we go. All right. So, green flag stops. Now, we have Robbie Stewart. He's still in the pits. David Neese and Todd Neese, they're coming in. They're coming in together. Side by side. We're going to follow along with them here for a moment. See if either one of these guys take tires. Again, Daytona, you really don't have to. But you can take tires because you can take outside tires because the time it takes to fuel up the car is the time it takes to change 2 tires on the outside. Not taking any tires, David Neese. Todd Neese doesn't look like he took tires as well. They're all out of there. Jason Adams, he's still sitting in the pits. He's been in there for a little while. Just about 13 seconds. He's not too bad. Then away he goes. Spinning it out. Away he goes. He's out, back out on the track. Todd Neese is actually the leader right now. We're waiting for these guys to come around him. All these guys are running around the track. They'll be a lot faster. You'll see them coming by. It looks like it's going to be Chris Pfaff is the leader. Robbie Darnell was held up because of a black flag, I'm sure. Meanwhile, these guys are all racing hard, trying to see what they can do. There's Chris and Brandon Hartwell. They are your two leaders for the points. The challenger, Chris Pfaff, he's in the front of the point leader, Brandon Hartwell, who is in second place right now. Now, Chris is 18 points behind Brandon coming into this race. So he really needs, well, Chris really needs for Brandon, well, basically to wreck out and end this race real early in order to get a whole bunch of points. But I'll tell you what, even if he takes home the win over top of Brandon, it's a couple points. Take him where you can get him. Do the pirate thing. Take what you can. Give nothing back. There you go. Alrighty. He is out in front. He is leading a good charge down the back straightaway. You have Barry Twitchell. Barry Twitchell's back there by himself. I'll tell you what. I'm going to see if I can grab onto Barry and see if I can catch up with him. See if I can grab onto him. Let's see where he is. See if I can drag him down. A little bit hard to drag him down. He's quite a little bit of ways up there. Trying to get him down here to chat with him. There we go. Hey, Barry, it's right up in the booth. You got a copy, bud? Oh, try it again. Hey, Barry, it's right up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, I got you, bud.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. You're having a little bit of a struggle here tonight. How you making out back there?
Yeah, I was doing great, man. Had a chance to win and got absolutely wrecked out for no reason. So that's unfortunate. I'll have to watch the replay on that and see really what happened. But, you know, I'm not a quitter. So I figured, well, let's see what damage I can get and see if I can try to get the lucky dog and maybe make something out of this race. And right now I'm just running laps, hoping for some wrecks and seeing what I can do from there.
Well, that's all you can do. I mean, you know, you're going to need a couple lucky dogs, unfortunately, because just looking at you coming up here now, you are 7 laps down, unfortunately, from the leader. But I'll tell you what, you still got 41 laps to go, so you never know. There's a lot of weird things can happen here at Daytona.
Oh yeah, I was pretty happy with my performance so early in the race. Qualified 5th and held 3rd for a little bit there, so I'm pretty happy for what I was able to do, but just unfortunate outcome.
Okay, how's the car feeling there? You get it back to tip-top shape, or do you still got some problems with it?
Got a little bit of front end damage, got a little run-in with Bob on accident, went into his back while trying to draft with him, but other than that, yeah, I got the car back to as good as we can get it, and right now I feel like I can run with everyone pretty good if I can catch the draft, that is. So yeah, I'm just going to see what I can do and have as much fun as I really can, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's all you can do, my friend. That's all you can do. All right, I'm going to put you back in the field with everyone else, but good talking with you. Keep your foot into her, man. You'll never know what's going to happen in these next 40 laps.
Absolutely, man.
All right, that was Barry Twitchell. He is back there in 16th position. He is trying to catch up. He is struggling a little bit, though, I'll tell you what. Meanwhile, back up in front, Chris Pfaff, he's got this thing nailed down. He's got the 38 of Zach Runkins right there behind him. Fred Pennington, Brandon Hartwell, Jeff Gilmore, top 5. They're all looking really good, running in a straight line. Looking back, the 10th place, there's Larry Blair. He's back there. He is trying to see what he can do. Right now, he's lost the draft again. He's a little bit farther back, but, well, actually quite a ways back, because right now he could go down a lap because the 22 is coming. It is coming. Larry's just going on to the back straightaway now, and the 22 is just going through turn 2, heading on to the back straightaway. So Larry Blair has got to keep his foot into it, trying to stay ahead of this pack. I'll tell you what, it's going to be really hard to do. There's Barry Twitchell. He's going to get past once again. So Barry's going to try to stay up on the high side. Good man. He's going to stay up there. He's got the 25, though. That's Brandon Hartwell looking way up high. He can't stay up there because Barry's up there. Drops down, gets down out of the way of Barry. But I'll tell you what, the next car will be Larry Blair. Larry Blair's in the distance, but he's going to be in trouble here pretty soon. Take a look at the battle box right here. Larry Blair, he is right now only 4.5 seconds ahead of Chris Pfaff. And so Larry Blair quite possibly will be going down a lap right here shortly. Not good for Larry at this moment in time, because you can just see Larry in the distance going around the turn. That's going into turn 3. The pack is catching him really quickly. He's down to just under 3 seconds, and it's dropping 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, 2.4, 2.3. The pack is catching Larry. Larry is in trouble without a doubt. Take a look out his back window. You can see there's the 22 right there. The whole pack of them are coming. They're going to gobble Larry up and spit him out. And that's going to be one lap for Larry. He's going to have to go down a lap because this pack is coming real fast. All right, take a look. Go up on the roof cam. There's Larry. Larry's going to go high. He's going to let the leaders go by him. Now, hopefully Larry can jump into the back of the pack, possibly catch the draft. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get into the draft again, jump in there, see if he can get the draft and stay with the pack. That way, if an accident happens or whatever, he should be a lucky dog. As long as Chris does not pass somebody else that's on the lead lap. That is the thing. All right, going back up with Chris. We only have 9 cars left on the lead lap. David Cassidy right now, he's the next one that's going to go down a lap. He's got Jason Adams right there behind him, pushing him. It's only a 2-car draft, though. I'll tell you what, Chris and the whole pack with Chris, they're coming. They're coming real fast. But right there now, take a look, jump up on the roof cam. You can see there's Jason Adams and David Cassidy right there. So he is looking, he is definitely looking to see if he can catch up with those guys, put them a lap down. Chris is just doing whatever he possibly can. He's going to eat them up and spit them out, working his way through the pack, 1 car at a time. Meanwhile, we got some guys out there looking to see if they can go 3 wide, 2 wide. Not going to do it. They're going to change their mind. They're going to get back in line once again. There's the 38. The 38's been doing a real good job pushing the 22 all night long, it seems. There's the 8, Fred Pennington. He's right there as well. They're all trying to see what they can do. Now, again, the 24 and the 17 of David Cassidy, they are going to be in trouble. Because here comes the leader. Excuse me, folks, I got the hiccups. There they go. The leader's going to go on the low side. They're going to go flying by the 17 and the 24. Going to make it happen on the inside. Now we're going to see, there's Jason Adams. He's looking to see if he can get down in the window. He's going to see if he can jump back down. Then we got to take a look at David Cassidy. David Cassidy's going to see if he can jump down there, catch the draft. He wants to get into that draft, see if he can get caught up into it. He needs to do a little bit more pedaling. He's not sitting too bad now, as long as he got the horsepower. I don't think he's had any real damage. I think it was just pit strategy that put him back a little bit farther. It looks like he's got the speed. He's picking up the pace. He's caught the draft. He's back up with everyone else. So he is right there. He'll be the lucky dog if the caution comes out anytime soon. All right, back up with your leaders. Because who's the leader looking at? The leader right now, he's looking at Alex Miller right in front of him. Alex Miller's already a lap down. No, I think Alex Miller's on the lead lap. Alex Miller's up there, up against the wall hard. There he goes. He's going to drop back a lap. So now Alex Miller is down 1 lap as well. Man, I'll tell you what, Chris Pfaff, he is just taking them down 1 at a time. No problems whatsoever for Chris and this pack running out the front of this race, making a lot of time at Daytona. They are just cruising. It's almost like they're all on rails. We're on lap 68. We only have 32 laps to go in this race. But I'll tell you what, this pack up front, they are just flying. Now, taking a look, Alex Miller, he's on the back end. He caught the back of this pack. He's riding along in the back, right there behind Jason Adams. So he's caught up to them. He went a lap down, but he is still right there trying to see what he can do. Meanwhile, Chris Pfaff, he is driving away with this race, looking really good. Really good in that Tier 1, 22. Then we got Zach Rongitz right there in second place. Fred Pennington, he is in the 8th. He's looking real good in 3rd place right now. Jeff Gilmore, he's actually in the 4th place. Then they go about flying by Mark Kostrick. They just flew by him. There's the 3. That is actually... Where are you? Just had to take a look and see where the 3 is. The 3 is actually in 8th place, but he's dropping back. Robbie's still on the lead lap, but he is right there trying to stay in the 4th place position. He says he's in 8th place, though. I'm not quite sure what the thing is here. I'm just trying to think. Oh, it looks like Mark Kostrick has crashed. Don't see the yellow coming out. We're going to go back, take a look at it. We'll see what happened to Mark. I'm not sure if Mark crashed or if he just pulled off onto the apron. I'm going to back him up here, try to see. He's just riding along. I think he just went down and pulled onto the apron, and he jumped right directly into the pits. He did not crash. He just pulled off the track, pulled down into the apron area and said the heck with it, he's going to go into the pits. So he towed himself to the pits. All right, looks like Mark is done for the day. Meanwhile, back up with Chris. Chris is still driving away with this thing. We are down. Let's see, go back to live. Back up with our leader. We got 29 laps to go. Looking real good going into turn 3. They are looking really, really good right now. Taking a look at the speed shot camera. There's no one near it. They're coming by now. There is the 22. He's out in front. They're going to go by the stripe right here now. Take a look. There they go. Flying by. Looking really, really good. Going up into turn 1. Out of turn 1, through the turns 1 and 2. In turn 2. Off of turn 2, onto the back straightaway. Here they come. Looking really good. Coming into turn 3. And off of turn 3. Looking good. Flying by the camera. Back out with the leader. Here we go. Yeah, I'll tell you, lap 72, we've only got 28 laps left to go in this thing. And Chris is really dominating this race. Brandon Hartwell is back in 4th position. He is back there trying to see what he can do with it. Man, I'll tell you what. Now, Robbie Stewart in the 3, he is showing in the 8th position. He does not show that he's down a lap, but I guess he is down 1 lap. He's the first car a lap down. He's running along right now in the 3rd position with the pack. I guess it's the 4th position. He's running around in 4th, but he's actually in 8th position. He is 1 lap down. He is the first car a lap down. We have a caution come out. It will be Robbie Stewart getting the wave around. He will get the lucky dog. All righty then. So, back up with the leader, Chris Pfaff. He's got this thing nailed down, running really good. Everyone's just running one after the other. They're all running in really good line. No one's really getting out of line. No one's really trying to for the high line any longer. They're all just trying to run the laps down, see what they can do. Let's take a quick look at the pit strategy because we got 20 laps, 20 laps. We're going to have to start looking within 5 laps, somewhere around lap 80. these guys are going to have to start looking at saying, well, it's time to come in and get some more fuel. So, 5 more laps. Let's see who's going to take tires. Nobody. They didn't take it at lap 50. I'm sure that they're probably not going to bother taking tires at lap 80. But we'll have to wait and see. We're down to 26 laps to go. 26 is the window for fuel. So if you can get up to 20, 21, 22 laps to go in to get some fuel, the thing to think about, green, white checkers. So if at the final lap there's a green, white checker, if they went in and got fuel right now, they would only have enough to run the race. They wouldn't have enough for any of the green, white checkers, all those extra laps. So they definitely want to try to get down to 20 laps to go, which will be the end of their window, I believe. So that will give them another 26 laps. That'll give them 6 laps to the good. So they could do 2 green, white checkers at 3 laps each. So we'll have to wait and see how far these guys are all going to push it. If they're going to try to push it right down to 20 laps to go before they pull into the pits to get some fuel. Again, just armchair quarterbacking, just trying to get my opinion on what I would do. I would probably go with 20, 21 laps to go. If I got the fuel, I would definitely try to milk it out as far as I can, just on the outside chance that there is green, white checkers coming into play at the end of this race. Whoa, somebody's going way down low. Not sure who that was. Looks like Jason Adams. Jason Adams, we're going to ride along with him. What happened to Jason Adams? Jason Adams went way down low. Across the grass, trying to get it wound up. Man, I'll tell you, and then he went immediately to the pits. All right, back out to live. These guys are still racing hard. Okay, Barry Schwitzel, he just went into the pits. He's going to get some service done. But so far, so good for Chris Pfaff. He is out in front, still racking up the laps in that 22 machine. We've had 6 lead changes, only 2 cautions for 6 laps, but it's still Chris out in the front. I'll tell you what, we look at the lap leaders. Chris has got 61 laps so far. Al Likens 14, David Neese 2, Brandon Hartwell has 1. But Chris Pfaff has definitely got the 61 laps. He has been running lap after lap. Here they come. They're coming in now. They got to whoa it up. They can't come in hot. They got to whoa it all up. They're all coming in pretty fast. I don't know. It could be tight for a few of these guys. Somebody's out in the field. All right, let's follow along. We're going to follow along with the leader. Going to see what Chris does. Chris is right there. He's going to get fuel. He's going to take tires. He's not going to take tires. I don't see the car going up. Don't see any of the cars going up on the outside. There we go. 38's out. The 3's out. Oh, no. Did the 22 get a black flag coming in hot? I was wondering. They look like they all came in pretty hot. Oh, wow. That's not good for Chris. And I tell you, he's led so many laps. He had such a fast car. Oh, my goodness. That's not good for him. That is not good at all. Black flag. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. All on. I don't see Chris out there. It looks like Todd Neese is right there in the lead right now. But he's going to have to come in as well. He hasn't come in yet. Take a look. See where Neese has got 25 laps. Neese got both of them 25 laps. Rongich, there is Chris Pfaff. He's just coming out of the pits now. Wow. That's going to hurt Chris's chances for a win here this evening. I don't know how it's going to play out. Look, but these guys up front there now, Nice and Zach Rogich, Fred Pennington, I believe, as well. They're all going to have to come in for fuel. We've got a lot of guys going to have to come in for fuel. No, I guess we did just the two Nice guys. Todd and David, they're both going to have to come in. There they are. They're coming in now. I'm going to follow along beside them. They're going to come in and they're going to get some fuel. Let's see how they do. I don't think they're going to take any tires. Here's the 51. The 51's still in the pits. That is Paul Cohen. He did not get back out onto the track at all since his accident early on. He's been in there for quite some time. All right, no tires, just fuel. Looking back at Chris, though, Chris is right now in 6th position. He is on the lead lap, but I'll tell you what, the leader, the 38, is right behind him. Man, I'll tell you, he's not that far behind him right now. So Chris is going to have to do something to get up to the front of this pack and get something happening. Now, we only have a 3-car run right here now. We have the 38, the 3, and the 8. Now, the 3, again, is down 1 lap. He's the first car a lap down, but he's able to maintain speed with all the other drivers. So we got the 3 cars out in front. So we're going to try to see if we can get going. But here we go. They're going to go by the 22. They're going to pass the 22. We're going to put Chris down a lap. Wow. That is going to put Chris down a lap. He is going to go in behind, actually, Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart is still the first car 1 lap down. So if the lucky dog is needed, or if there's an accident, lucky dog comes out, it won't be Chris that's getting it. It will be Robbie Stewart. So Chris has really got to do some pedaling to try to get up there. Try to see if he can get something happening. He really needs to get up there, catch up to these 3 cars up front. Now, Chris has got a fast car. He's had a fast car all night long. He's led a ton of laps. He needs to get the draft back. He needs to get up here and slingshot around these guys, at least to see if he can get out in front and get back onto the lead lap. But I'll tell you what, the way that these guys went around, again, he was traveling by himself, didn't have a whole lot of drafting help, all by himself running along. So now, okay, he's catching back up to the back end of this 3-car pack. He is going to be able to catch up. We're going to see if he actually pulls out and see if he's going to take a look at flying around them. He's catching up to them very quickly. There we go. They are going by Barry Twitchell here now. Barry Twitchell's going to try to jump down in behind, try to catch up and get into the pack with them. But here we go, that 22. He's right there. He's got to get ahead of Robbie Stewart. Just in case the caution comes out, he wants to be the lucky dog. Now, there is Fred Pennington. He's going to go out on the high side. He's looking on the high side. Chris did not go with him, so he thought better of it and went back down onto the inside line. Going to stay in line and try to maintain this speed that they are maintaining. Here we go. There he is going up high again. Fred Pennington's on the high side. That opened up the door for Chris to jump out and move up into 1 position. Again, he's right behind the 3, Robbie Stewart. For the lucky dog, he needs to get by Robbie Stewart in order to be the contender for the lucky dog should the caution comes out. 16 laps to go. What's going to happen? There's a 20 Barry Twitchell. He's caught up to this pack now. This car's working good right now as long as he stays in the draft. He's sitting pretty good as well. All the action is up here right now in the 38. Zach Rongich, he's looking good. His only contender right now is Fred Pennington, and Fred is back there. He's back there in 4th place in this bunch of cars. He's actually in 2nd place, but he's got 2 lap cars that he's got to get by in order to catch up with Zach. And there we go. There's Larry Blair high on the outside. They're going by Larry. Going to put Larry down another lap, unfortunately for Larry. Larry's going to go down another lap. He's going to see if he can catch up and get it back into the draft as well. Get everyone just running along really well here if he can. I think Larry's going to be able to jump in there and catch up to the pack. So he'll be looking to get his laps back. He's 2 laps down now. But meanwhile, the 38 is out in front. Now, talking about the points lead, Brandon Hartwell is in 3rd place. You don't see his car here, but he is actually in 3rd place right now. And Chris Pfaff is in 7th place, 1 lap down. So that's going to extend the lead a little bit more for Brandon when we're talking about championship points. That's going to give Brandon a little bit more leeway with 2 races to go after we get done here at Daytona tonight. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to look at this. I'm not quite sure, because right now, just taking a quick look, Brandon is actually 25 seconds, almost 26 seconds behind the leader. Brandon is way back there. He's riding along with Robbie Darnell and the Alex Miller machine, I believe that is. Yes, the Alex Miller machine. So he's back there. They're all back there about 25 seconds off the leader. Meanwhile, Zach is out in front. He wants to see if he can get this thing happening. There's only 5 cars right on the lead lap at this moment in time. But Brandon, Todd, and David, they are all back there. Brandon's back 26 seconds. Todd Neese is back 33 seconds. David Neese is back 33 seconds as well. So, I'll tell you what, Zach and Fred are sitting really good right now with 13 laps to go. So, I bet you right now, Chris Pfaff is just begging for a caution to come out, but he also got to get by Robbie Stewart. So I'm not quite sure what I would be thinking. I'm not sure what I would be thinking, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, how I want to do it. Because right now, riding along with Chris, he's got Fred Pennington right on his back door. He's got 2 cars behind him. He's got 2 cars in front of him. He's sitting there in the middle. If he could get the run, if Fred Pennington would come out and follow him up to the front, that would be advantageous to Fred Pennington as well, because Fred Pennington could possibly get by Zach for the win or for the lead. But I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what everyone is thinking at this moment in time. 12 laps to go. I know when we get down to a lap or 2 to go, it's just going to all cut loose and we're going to have a free-for-all. But I'm thinking about Chris, what Chris is thinking and what he can possibly do to get up there in points, get as many points as he possibly can. But I'll tell you what, the way that they're spaced out right now, we've got 5 cars up in the front. Then we got Robbie Stewart. Then we got another pack of 4 farther back. Then we have, let's see, we got another couple of guys back even farther. So we got guys all over this track, actually, folks. I don't know where to look. I really don't. So we're down to 10 laps to go. What are we going to do? There's Barry Twitchell. He's out there trying to look by himself on the outside line, seeing if he can do something with it. 10 laps to go, coming around the corner. There's Chris Pfaff. He's taking a little bit of a look on the outside. Can't quite get anything happening. There is Fred Pennington. He took a look on the outside. We're jumping with Fred Pennington there. He had to jump up on his roof. Riding along with Fred Pennington. I think he's looking to see if Chris is going to try to take a run. If Chris goes on the outside, I think Fred wants to go with him. That'll be his one run because he knows Chris has got a fast car. So if he can stay right on the back end of Chris, and if Chris goes on the outside, goes up high, he might be able to tag along, push Chris to the front, and that would get him in front of Zach for the win, possibly, as these laps count down. We're down to 9 laps going down the back straightaway. We're at 8.5 laps right now. I just don't know. I just don't know what everyone's thinking. I really don't know. I can't play an armchair quarterback any longer. We got these guys up front. We got a couple of lap cars down there. We got we got the leader. We got second place car there. Barry Twitchell, he is back there. He's down a number of laps. So he's not in contention, but he's definitely making a show of himself, being right there with the leaders. He's right there, going to maybe push Fred Pennington to the lead. You never know. It's hard to say. 8 laps to go, coming across the back straightaway here now. Once again, 7.5 laps to go. And I'll tell you, I'm not sure where to look. Looking back at Brandon Hartwell, he is back there. This other pack of 4 cars, they are just going into turn 1 right here now. But we have the leaders. The leader is going across the start-finish line right now. So I'll tell you what, they could put Brandon Hartwell, if they can catch up to Brandon Hartwell's guys, they may put them all down a lap. And Chris Pfaff may be able to beat Brandon Hartwell just by default because he's in this lead pack. If this lead pack can catch up with them, let's bring up the battle box and take a look, shall we? There is Zach. Right now, it appears that, let's see, who is Brandon Hartwell racing with? He's back there racing with, he's got the 17. He's got the 17 racing with him. So, the 17 of David Cassidy is only 16 seconds ahead of Zach Rongitz. Now, 16 seconds in 6 laps, I don't think they're going to be able to catch up with him in 6 laps. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of strategy in my mind. See if this pack of 5 can catch up with that pack of 4, possibly putting some more cars down a lap. I don't think that's going to happen. I think these guys are going to run hard as they possibly can to try to stay ahead of these leaders. But Zach is definitely on the man on the mission. He's definitely trying to get something happening, trying to catch up with whoever is in front of him and not going to let anybody go by him with 5 laps to go as we go across the stripe. It's all Zach Rongitz. Zach wants to make this thing happen for himself. He wants to take home the win here at Daytona tonight. I don't know. I think it's been a while since Zach's been on the winner's circle. So, yeah, he probably would love to be the winner here tonight at Daytona. Everyone wants to win at Daytona. I know they call it a crapshoot, but for those that know the draft, know how to play with the draft, I'll tell you, this is a very technical track, or it can be, to the right driver. You'll go back up, take a look at the battle box. How far away are they now? David Cassidy, they're 13 seconds. They're not 3 seconds off. 4 laps to go. At this pace, they will not catch these guys up in front of them. The pack of 4, that is Brandon Hartwell and Alex Miller, David Cassidy, Robbie Darnell. Not going to catch up with these guys, although they are separating a little bit, so they're not going to run as fast. They don't have a draft with them separating like they are. So Zach and them, they may be able to catch him, but I don't think they'll be able to. I think they're still back. They're coming down onto the main front straightaway. Going to go across the stripe. That will give them 3 laps to go. And I don't think there's going to be a caution. I think these guys, I mean, it is the S.R.U. Dave Bush Series. These guys do run pretty clean races. It's pretty rare. I mean, we've had a couple of cautions here tonight, but it's not something that is a regular occurrence for these guys. These guys are all pretty professional drivers. They are all really good at what they do. And what they do is drive their car straight ahead and get from the start all the way down to the finish with the least amount of trouble that they can possibly get away with. All right, 3 laps to go. We're going to come across the stripe. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Coming across here now. Take a look. Here we go. Passing Barney in the flag stand. That is Zach Rongitz. He is a man on a mission. He wants to do 2 more laps around here. 5 more miles. He wants to get it done. Let's see if this 38 can stay out in front of everyone else and make it happen. We are going to try and see what happens. Here we go. I'll tell you what. 38 is out in front. The 3, he's 1 lap down. The 22, he's 1 lap down. But the 8 of Fred Pennington, he is on the lead lap. He's the 4th car in line, that white Trans Am looking car. He is right there. He wants to see if he can get a draft. We're going to see final lap coming around one more time. Checker or wrecker, it doesn't matter now. The race will be over once we get across the stripe. Now Fred is actually dropping back a little bit. I'm not quite sure what's he doing. There's the 20 trying to get up underneath his back bumper, trying to give him a good push. He's getting up there behind Chris Pfaff, taking a look, see if they can get something happening. They're all bunching up, trying to get around each other. Now, Chris will probably want to get by the 3, get that extra point. Trying to get it done. Here we go. Going to follow along with Chris. Chris is going to see Fred Pennington is right there. He's going to follow them. They're running into each other. They're having trouble going across to the stripe. There we go. Oh, I'll tell you what. 38, Zach Rongich, Fred Pennington brought home second. He almost got into the first place position. Man, he tried. Chris got ahead of Robbie Stewart, though. He was able to pick up one more point there. But, man, I'll tell you what a ride for these guys here at the end of this race. Man, it was pretty cool. I'm just taking a couple notes. Zach was your winner. Fred Pennington in second. And then we had Todd Nice for third. Actually, David Nice was fourth place. All right. Going to go back up with Zach. Where's Zach at? Zach is coming around the track right now. He's going to burn it down. You just wait and see. Let's see what he's going to do. He's got the checker flag. He's going to come down. Let's see him burn it up. Burn it up, man. Yes, sir. It was a hard-fought battle. Without a doubt, it was a hard-fought battle. He led only 19 laps altogether, but he led the last one. That's what matters. That's the one thing that matters here at the end of this race. Man, oh man, oh man, it was a good race overall. We're going to be very interested to see how the points are going to all play out on this thing. We're just waiting for the guys to get down into the waiting room. I'll tell you what, let's bring up real quickly. Take a look. Zach Rongich for first, Fred Pennington second, Todd Nice for third, actually. David Nice for fourth, Chris Pfaff ended up with fifth place, Robbie Stewart for sixth, Brandon Hartwell for seventh. So Chris actually did get by Brandon, and he got a couple points on him that way. Then we had David Cassidy, Alex Miller, Robbie Chiswick in 10th, Larry Blair, Robbie Darnell, Robert Chiswick, Barry Twitchell, Jeff Gilmore, Jason Adams, Al Likens, and Paul Cohen. I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a run here tonight. We ran 100 laps, and we had 8 lead changes, 6 different leaders, 2 cautions, 6 total laps. Hard charger was David Nice. He came up 9 positions. Chris Pfaff, he led the most laps, 61 laps. Robert Chiswick was the fastest lap, 45.945, and the pole position was Fred Pennington. But all right, let's see if we can grab onto a couple of guys down in the waiting room. Don't see anyone down there right now, but we're going to see if we can grab onto Todd Nice. There he is right there. Let's see if we can grab onto Todd. Hey, Todd, it's right up here in the booth. Get a copy, bud?
I sure do.
I'll tell you what, man. Where'd you come from? 3rd place. Good on you.
That's because I had the world famous Iceman as my drafting partner. My old dad right behind me.
Right on. I'll tell you what, you guys did really well. Actually, David was right there behind you in 4th place. did a really good job. You guys were farther in the back, and then you just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and you brought home third place finish. Good on you.
Yeah, we've devised a pretty good strategy for these super speedways. It's worked really well for us in the last few months. And we executed our pit stops. We did everything we wanted to do. We just got a little unlucky with how many cars pitted with us. The first green flag stop, it was just me and him. We had nobody else with us. So that hurt us as far as being in contention for the win.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely secured a good finish just because of our strategy. It works really good for us on these big tracks like that.
Right on. I'll tell you, I meant to ask you too. Are you father and son? Are you brother and brother? What's the combination between the two of you?
I'm the son. David is the dad. He is my father.
Okay, very good. I always often wondered that, and I don't usually get to talk to you at the end of the race, so I finally get to talk to you here at the end of the race here. Congratulations again, third place, right on. But yeah, you definitely did a good job catching up there. But so, was there any time tonight that you thought you were going to have serious problems?
After the first green flag pit stop, I was disappointed that we weren't able to hang on to the lead draft. But when I saw how many people had problems on pit road, I was like, well, at the very least, we're going to get a good finish if we hold serve here. So that's pretty much the way it played out. And then by the end of the race, more people had problems, and we ended up with 2 top 5s.
Right on. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with top 5s all day long. Take them and run. Right on. So you got anything for your sponsors or any friends back home before I let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Public Supermarkets Incorporated for giving me a fast Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. And I want to thank the world's greatest drafting partner, my father, David Neese, the Iceman.
Right on. All right, my friend. Well, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire. It's going to be a lot of fun up there.
Yep, I like flat tracks. They're a unique challenge.
Oh, yes, it will be a challenge. All right, my friend. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Art.
All righty. That was Todd Neese. He came home third place, being pushed across the line by his father, David Neese. I'll tell you what, a lot of fun going on there. Now we're going to see if we can grab on to Fred Pennington. See if I can, there he is right there. Hey, Fred, it's Art up in the booth. You get a copy, bud?
Hey, I sure do, Art. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing tonight? I tell you what,
Doing real good.
second place, nothing wrong with that, eh?
Nothing wrong with that at all. And good race, good clean race. Enjoyed it. Really good group of guys to be racing with.
I'll tell you what, that Chevy-powered Trans Am of yours, it seemed to work really well on the track. You were up front most of the night, contending with everybody that was leading the race here tonight.
Yeah, my teammate Al he got called into work, so that really hurt me, as I didn't really have anybody to work with. But I just took my shots when I could, and just tried to run a good clean race. As far as my car, I like my car, but with it being a night race, I wanted to go with the black's hard for me to see, so I just changed it up to the white. I'll be going back to the black for next week.
I made a comment earlier. I kind of like the black Trans Am compared to the white Trans Am. I think, it just looks a little bit more of the Smokey and the Bandit flavor. And yeah, it's actually a really cool paint job. I really like the paint job on your car.
Yeah, I like it too, and I enjoy doing it. And I just want to thank the league. Art, you do a great job up here with Pirate Broadcasting. The Dave Bush series, I think Robbie and Chris and all them guys back there. I'm not sure who else is in the admin. They do an excellent job of running this league. It's a good group of guys, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I hate Al had to get called into work, but bluegrass racing, we're having a good time here. And Nelson was watching the race, so he didn't make it into the race tonight. But them guys are good teammates, and they helped me get faster, and I've enjoyed it this year.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun watching you, and we look forward to seeing you next week at New Hampshire on the flat track. It should be interesting up there in New Hampshire.
That's true. I am looking forward to it, but again, super speedway, and then going to, I don't know if that'd be a short track or not, but I still don't like them short track flat. That's not my cup of tea. This track right here is what I like to do.
Yeah, well, that's myself as well. I like the big long tracks, Daytona, Talladega. That's my favorite. Don't mind the 1.5 miles as much as I used to, but I'll tell you what, flat track, no banking on the corners. That New Hampshire track is going to be tricky. Going to be tricky
Yes, sir. It sure
indeed.
is.
All right, my friend. Well, we'll let you go for now. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do at New Hampshire next week. Hopefully, you can make something happen up there as well.
All right. Look forward to talking to you next week. You have a good week, Art. Appreciate it.
All right, you as well. That was Fred Pennington. He was your second place driver. And now we're going to get a hold of Zach Rongich. See if I can find Zach. There he is right there. Hey, Zach, it's right up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend?
I got you.
I'll tell you what, man. You were pushing Chris for the longest time there. You've seen how it was done. So as soon as he got out of your way there, you said, well, I can take this over now. I know what I'm doing. Away you went. And you led her. You led as much as you possibly could lead to get across the line at the end of the race. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. No, we just had a team effort, pushing each other. I was just trying to stick together till the end there, and then everybody had some mishaps on pit road, and even with that, we somehow ended up on track together. Just only one of us could go for the win.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was between you and Chris for most of the race, and it ended up being you at the end of the race, so it worked out in your favor. I'll tell you what, that black 38 looked really good coming across the start-finish line.
Yeah, it's a Kyle Busch paint scheme, so honoring him.
Right on. Well, it looked really good coming across the line. Did you think they had any problems earlier on, or were you pretty solid all the race through?
Yeah, no problems. It was solid all the way through. Just had to dodge one wreck, got lucky there, and it went pretty much green from there.
Right on. Well, it worked out good in your favor, without a doubt. So we're going to New Hampshire next week. What do you think running on the 1.5 mile flat track?
I like that track, so it'll be fun. Got some shifting there, hard braking, kind of diming the corners. There's actually more lanes than you think there, so it'll be fun.
Yes, it will. It will. It should be interesting for sure. I bet you there's going to be a lot of cars sliding out on a few of these turns. Again, no banking at New Hampshire. It will be a little bit tricky. Somebody's going to have trouble there. I pretty much guarantee it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you got anything for your friends or your sponsors back home before I let you go for the night?
Shout out you and the league and my teammates there. We stay organized all day. It was a good team effort.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations on your win this evening. Go out and have some fun. Enjoy your win, and we will see you next week in New Hampshire.
All right, we'll see you.
All righty. That was Zach Rongitz. He was your winner here tonight. He led them. He was running with Chris all night long, and at the end, he just led the way to the start-finish line. He did a really good job doing that. All right, now take another quick look. Again, he led 21 laps, but he was your winner in that 3-Chai 38 machine. He did an awesome job. All right, that's going to be me from Daytona. I'm going to pack my bag. I'm going to head up north. We got a week to get up there. New Hampshire, flat track racing, no banking. It's going to be a little tricky. We've only got 2 races left in this series. I'll tell you what, New Hampshire, and then we're going to finish it off in Kansas. But New Hampshire next week, next Sunday night, Pirate Broadcasting. Tune in, subscribe, catch up on everything I'm doing, because I'm doing 4 nights a week here racing. We're going to put on a show for all you race fans. All right, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.